Big day today in crypto. In this video, we're going to cover specific individual altcoins. I'm going to go over Flare. We're going to go over Zcash. We're going to go over XCN, Stronghold, HBAR, XRP, and a couple other coins as well too. We got some big movement. Zcash went crazy today. It was up at one point 100% at $148. Called this out super early in the morning to the VIP members, and then we clocked that quick 40% gainer. We're at that time of the market where these things are going to happen. Let the rest in for house money, and now we're on to the next. So I first want to start off with covering Flare here. So Flare's still looking good. I mean, we draw that resistance trend line. We broke out of it. We've been creeping above it, holding it, consolidating. And any moment, it's just going to be fireworks for Flare. If we take a look at the indicators of momentum down here, you can see that we're trying to cross up on that daily. The TSI is kind of stalled out. All it's going to take is one little whoop, and then it's gone. And then we got the MACD looking good, dark greens, and that's on the 1-day chart. If we go to the 3-day chart, we are crossed down on that stock RSI, but that's no problem because we're above that 50 line. TSI is what we care about most, and it's starting to stick its neck up and start to head up with the momentum. It's what we want to see. If we go to weekly chart, we can see that stock RSI above that 50 line crossed up. That's all good. TSI avoided that cross down and is starting to press up above higher than that high back in late 2024. MACD above that zero line pressing up. You can see pinks above the blue. Everything's looking good there. And we are trying to hold above this 786, the micro 786. So basically 0.025 is where we need to hold. And then the next key level to take out is going to be 3 cents, and then we're off to the races. So I covered Flare specifically in a video individually yesterday or 2 days ago. So all those same things are still intact on Flare. It's looking really good. If we go next to XCN, because it started to get a pop today, we go to the daily chart. We're at this point where we have this trend line coming down where we tagged it again. So we tagged it again. We're at it right now. So getting above basically 0.012 for XCN will ignite a bigger move. And really, I'd like to see us get above 0.013 and hold above it. If we can do that, that will open the doors for us to come right back up to these highs that we hit in July, which is a substantial move from here. I mean, from here to where that is, just to get back to those highs, we're talking about close to a double. So that would be big on XCN, and I don't think we'd stop there. So on the 1-day chart, we are starting to cross up now. We're still below the zero line. We're starting to cross up. It looks similar to back here, the calm before the storm, early July. We got the cross up, and then boom, July 9th to July 20th, a matter of 11 days, we saw a big move up. So it's looking very similar. And if we go to a 3-day chart for XCN, we have 3-day prepare to buy soons. The last time we saw a 3-day prepare to buy soon buy now was back July 2024. We did go sideways, but then ultimately that was a perfect time to buy. If we go to like a 4-day chart, check that out. We have 4-day prepare to buy soons. We haven't seen that since back in September of 2023. 5-day chart, nothing there, but 4-day prepare to buy soons holding basically sideways for basically this whole year. XCN is going to be a big one. I might want to catch us on a levy, because when this goes, this is one that pulls a 40% in a day, no problem. So definitely looking like it's getting close to a big move, but I do think there's other coins that are ready to move first. Although XCN out of nowhere can just start pumping. So that's that. Looking at TSI, we want to see that cross. MACD starting to curl in, and you have this trend line coming down like this. As soon as we cross up, break above there, we're going to shoot. We're going to shoot big. And we're getting real close to it. So that's XCN. If we go to Zcash, spiking crazy. Called it out at like $90. And we hit a key target, and that's why I decided to take my initial out, because we're chasing that momentum. We chased it at 90, that's fine. It had the momentum, took that profit because we hit a critical concrete ceiling. You had the 2618 and the 1618 right there as resistance, as well as if we put on, additionally, we had the 4236, 2618 extension as well too, and we got close to that 1618. So that was a key area of concrete resistance. So it was likely that we weren't just going to keep shooting, need to pull back a bit. So I'm definitely looking to reaccumulate back into Zcash maybe at $100, or if we're lucky around 80 again, but I don't know if it will go that far down. But momentum is heavily picking up. You can see that neck sticking up just like that. Exactly what we want to see on the other coins as well too. And as you can see, when that does happen, you see the green beanstalk. So that's Zcash. The next target is going to be around 180 at the bottom of the hot zone. And then you have the top of the hot zone around 340. And then you have the 4236 and 2618 matching up around $500 to $650 for Zcash. If we go to XLM next, so we got XLM, taking a look at the 12-hour chart, we're running into that trendline resistance like this. You can see we're right at that resistance, kind of like each time, like back here from like May to, what was it, July, we broke out. It was a couple days and then bang, we went. Let's say we just even recreated something just like that. You know, that could bring us up to its previous 2021 all-time high real quick, you know, in the month of October. And then at that point, you know, maybe we see a little bit of a pullback, but we're in that time period of these next 3 months. We should see new all-time highs. So looking very good right there for XLM. And the momentum on a 5-day chart is right at the same level and starting to cross up like it did back the calm before the storm at the end of June, right at the beginning of July, the first week, calm before the storm, creeping up, breaking that trendline resistance. And then all of a sudden we got 10 days of beanstalk. We're heading into that, in my opinion. As you can see, something like Zcash is leading the way right now, showing us the signs of what's to come. So big moves are on the horizon here. XLM looks great. And then we go to something like XRP as well too, doing the same thing. It's doing the exact same thing. Trendline resistance coming down like that, but we're not quite up right at it. So XLM is starting to be a better performer than XRP. As you can see, looking at the top gainers, XLM is in the mix. You know, you got to scroll down to see XRP down here. You still got to scroll down, even though, yeah, it's all the way down here. So XLM is definitely, yeah, look at that, XRP all the way down here, a couple percentages, whereas XLM is close to double digits. So XLM is definitely, like it was last time, leading the charge with those utility coins. You take a look at HBAR, same thing. Yeah, it's leading against XLM is leading against HBAR. So it looks like XLM is the stronger one, and then XRP and then HBAR right now, because HBAR is not even up to that trend line. Yeah, so, but at the end of the day, Flare, in my opinion, is the better one, because we're at any moment, my opinion, any moment. So that's Flare, HBAR, XRP, XLM, XCN, Zcash. Let me cover ZBCN. So ZBCN, trendline resistance coming down. We already tapped it, pulled back a bit, but ZBCN is looking good for, you know, a big move up as well too, to revisit. You know, we're talking about, you know, close to doubles here, to revisit those highs that we had reached back in May or July, maybe a little bit of a pullback. And then November, December, nothing was the same. We're at this point where we should be seeing the big initial spark, the first initial move for the pumps. So that's ZBCN. Looking at the momentum on the 12-hour chart, you're already starting to see it cross up. A little bit of inverse head and shoulders here as well too. When we break above, we already broke that trend line resistance coming down. All we need is a little more momentum, get above that zero line, it's game on. That's a 12-hour chart. On the 1-day chart, you can already see we're crossing up. Getting above that zero line will be the fuel that we need to see a big move like we did see back in April. So a little ways for that. What's next? So Drift is one that's interesting to me as well too. Solana ecosystem. It's a DEX token as well too. You know, you have the DEX token narrative is popping right now, as well as looking at the structure clearly broken out here of a critical resistance, now trying to flip it to support. If we can break this next key resistance above like 94, 95 cents, then this is going to move quick and revisit $1.50 to $1.80. So that's another double. So as you can see, the theme is doubles. Talking about doubles across the board. It's just a matter of which ones are stronger and which ones are going to move first, and catching those and then rotating. So that's Drift on the 5-day chart. You can see that momentum coming up through that zero line on the 5-day. The 1 week, same as well too. Like these are the ones that are strong and are going to move fast first. So that's that. Let me see if I'm missing any other ones. Fetch is really undervalued in my opinion. You can see it's at the bottom of the belly of the beast. And 786 sandwich here as well too. incredible buying opportunity as far as fetch goes if we're talking about AI and trendline resistance. As soon as we come down and break that trendline resistance, we're going to quickly come up to that 786 and top of the hot zone, which going with the theme doubles from here. Let's see. Oh, stronghold. That was one. So stronghold, we look out for the 3-day signals on this. And because there was a pattern playing out, which was when the 3-day buy now flashes, it only flashes once, and that's the bottom. And then we have our big move bottom. That was back 2023. This was 2024. This was 2025. The 3-day buy now, you only get one of those. But when the tops come in, you get 2 sell nows before the ultimate top. So back 2024, 1, 2, ultimate top, come down, buy, then 1, 2, 2025, ultimate top, come down. We've had one already. We've had one. We haven't had the second one yet, which is good news for people who want stronghold to continue going up. We still have that second signal that needs to flash for the ultimate top, and we're right back down on a key area, the 786, from the high that we had set in 2025 January to the low that we had set in April 2025. We broke above, came back down, retested the 786 and the purple MA on the Stargates, on the LODESTAR'S snakes. And right now we're holding it strong right now. We're holding it strong. 3-day is right on top of that zero line with the TSI. So in my opinion, we should start to see a turnaround here and likely a very rapid move at a stronghold, especially looking at XLM as well too. The ecosystem, seeing that XLM is strong and starting to lead the way as well. Stronghold likely will move quickly to around 2.5 cents. And then 3 cents, and then it's going to come up to the bottom of the hot zone where it got rejected at. As you can see, back in August, it'll come to the bottom of the hot zone, which is coinciding with that 1618 at 0.044. At that point, it will need to break into the hot zone for it to go to the top of the hot zone. But I'm going to be covering individual altcoins, doing my whole 2025 blow off top grand finale videos for each of these individually here over this coming week to 2 weeks. So we can all be, in the loop of what we're looking out for as far as with the software goes and kind of where everything's at and kind of expectations of where things to go. So I think that basically covers it. I'm seeing some strong movement across the board over the coming couple weeks to months. Bitcoin, just to recap on it, it actually went all the way up to 118,000 today, pulled back down, holding 116. Watch my video from earlier. I cover the macro drivers, Bitcoin, total crypto market cap, etc. And things are looking good. Things are shaping up good. So that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the next video.